Large language models. Okay, you hear the term constantly, but what are they really? In the next few minutes, we're going to cut right through the noise and break down what they are, what they can do, and the one skill you really need to get the most out of them. AI is suddenly everywhere. It feels like it just popped up overnight. But what's the actual engine driving all this change? Well, it's not magic. It's a very specific kind of technology that's completely changed how computers understand language. And that engine is the large language model. All right, let's get to the core of it. Forget all the marketing buzz for a second. At its heart, what is an LLM? So think of an LLM as a giant pattern recognition machine. It's been trained on a truly staggering amount of text. We're talking a huge chunk of the internet, just to learn the relationships between words. And because it understands these patterns so deeply, it can do four incredible things. It can understand what you're asking, summarize information, generate brand new text, and at its most basic level, it's always just predicting the next most likely word in a sentence. This is probably the best analogy I've ever heard. Imagine a librarian who's read not just every book in the library, but pretty much every web page, every article, everything ever published online. You could ask them anything, and they wouldn't just point you to one book. They'd pull together ideas from millions of places to give you a really smart, well-rounded answer. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. So this idea of a digital librarian is pretty powerful, but how does that actually play out in the real world? Let's look at what these things can actually do, and chances are, you're already using them every single day. And this is where their versatility just shines. All those core abilities mean they can become these amazing tools. Think about it. A model that really gets language can instantly summarize a super dense report for you, translate between languages on the fly, or even act like a creative partner, helping you write a poem or, figure out why your code is broken. And yep, pretty much any modern chatbot you talk to today, it's got an LLM just like this under the hood. Okay, now this is the part that most people miss. The quality of what you get out of an LLM isn't just about how powerful the model is. It's about your skill in telling it what to do. So let's talk about the single most important trick to getting better results: prompt tuning. And the best part is, you don't need to be a programmer to get good at this. The key is something called prompt tuning, which is really just a fancy way of saying the art of asking the right question. It's not about complicated commands. It's just about being clear and specific. Think of yourself as a great manager for your own personal AI assistant. This is the perfect example of what I mean. Asking an LLM to tell me about space is like asking that librarian to just find a book. You'll get something, I guess, but probably not what you wanted. But look at the other side. By adding specifics, the topic is a black hole, the audience is a kid, the format is 3 sentences, you've given it guardrails. You've turned a vague request into a precise instruction, and the result you get back will be night and day. It really boils down to these 3 simple keys. First, add context. Who is this for? Is it for your marketing team or for a bunch of engineers? Second, be specific. Don't just ask for marketing ideas. Ask for 5 catchy slogans for a new coffee brand that targets college students. And third, define the output. Tell it what you want it to look like: a paragraph, a bulleted list, maybe a table. If you can master this simple framework, you will see a huge improvement in your results, I promise. Okay, so we've covered how to use these models, but the next big thing is all about building with them. This is where LMMs stop being just a cool tool and start becoming a foundation for everything else. The big idea here is that LLMs aren't just apps, they're platforms. They're kind of like a new operating system for creativity and knowledge. So developers are now using this foundation to build totally new kinds of apps for making music, for art, for analyzing data, you name it. And the whole goal is to get this power into the hands of as many creators as possible, because that's when the really wild, unexpected stuff starts to happen. And this really brings us to the single most important idea to take away from all of this. For all of its amazing complexity, an LLM is a tool. It's like a really powerful car. It can take you incredible places, but it has no idea where you want to go. Its true potential is only unlocked when we, the users, give it the direction, the creativity, and the purpose. So this technology isn't science fiction anymore. It's here, and it's in our hands. It can already write and summarize and create things in ways we could barely even imagine just a few years back. So the final and most important question: it isn't really about the tech anymore. It's about us. What problems are we going to choose to solve?